Hey everyone, it's Lisa Davis from Lisa Davis Body Construction. Have you ever been short on time but you don't want to skimp on your workout? This is a perfect workout for that. And it's going to build strength, cardiovascular endurance, and it's also going to be functional moves that you can use to help you in your everyday life. There are 6 exercises. They're body weight exercises. And then after each one of them, we're going to have 1 minute of jump rope. If you don't have a jump rope or you don't want to jump rope, you can do something like high knees running for that interval. I already mentioned that you're going to need a jump rope if you choose to do the jump rope section. And I'm also going to have a jump rope mat that I'm also going to use to cushion my body. These are both, the ones I'm using are both from Dope Ropes. I will put a link below that will offer a discount if you're interested in looking at any of their equipment. This is a 5mm PVC jump rope. Any jump rope will work for this. The more intense you want to work, the harder you're going to have to, or the heavier your rope you're going to want to use. And the other thing that you're going to want to have is either a chair or a step, some kind of a ledge. We can go through this one time if you just want to be really fast, and you're still going to get these gains from the one time through, but you'll be done in under 15 minutes if you choose to do that. I'm going to go through 3 times. That would obviously take a little bit longer. Before we begin, we want to warm up for 3 to 5 minutes. I will only show a couple of minutes of this while I show the exercises we're going to be using.
The first thing is 8 push-ups. We're going to do them from our toes if you can, but if you need to do them from your knees, you can. Or if you need to pike at your butt from your knees, you can do that, or you can do them from a wall. After each of these body weight exercises, we'll be doing 1 minute of cardio. In this case, jump rope. I'll use different moves each time. With as short of break as possible, we're going to go right into 16 deep squat jumps. Sometimes I call these jump squats. Get as low as you can and pop up high. Working the glutes. Again, followed by 1 minute of cardio. And then as quickly as we can, we're going to go into 16 tricep dips. There's variations here. I'll go over these during the actual workout some more, but you can do this from a ledge of some sort. So I showed there the ledge on my deck, and then here is a chair. I'll be using a chair during the workout, but the deeper you can go, the better you're going to work your triceps. After the 1 minute jump rope, we're going to go into a rear lunge front kick with a torso twist, 8 on each side. And because this is a fast, short workout, right into the jump rope. And then after that, we lie back down with our feet up on the ledge, in this case my chair, and we're going to do some hip lifts into a bridge. You can be closer to the chair if you want it a little bit easier. After another minute of jump rope, we're going to have some options for abs. And in this case, I'm going to do leg throws. You can see here that I have my knees bent. I like to do a variation of ones with the knees bent and some with the legs straight. My hands were down, but you could also hold onto something. So I'm going to show here when I hold onto a post. That changes the dynamics a little bit. I have my smiley face there because I was flashing the camera. Don't worry, there's other shots for during the workout that won't be as revealing. And here is what it would look like with your arms down for helping keep your balance and keep your low back pressing downward with your legs straight. And of course, you can also do that while holding onto the post overhead as well. Later in the workout, my granddaughter came out and, I'll show this, but I beamed her in the head with my legs. You got to watch out for little kids. They move around. Anyway, you do 1 more minute of jump rope, and that is the workout. I did it 3 times through, but as I mentioned before, if you're in a crunch for time, you're going to get great results from even 1 time through. But really push it. Go from one thing to the other as quickly as you can. And if you want to do it with me, grab your jump rope and let's get started.
I forgot to mention I'm going to be using my Gym Boss timer. I will link that as well, but that's going to give us a timer. If you do it with me, you won't need your own timer because I'll have it here. I'm gonna do high knees with my running as fast as I can go. What am I doing? I want to be on this. 1, 2, 3, go. And when I say as fast as I can, I am only doing a minute, but it is a whole minute, so keeping that in mind, I'm going as fast as I can without burning out, but not too easy. Breathe through the mouth. Next, we're going to be doing deep squats. I'm going to try for 16. If you're only going through this once, you'll want to challenge yourself a little more, especially on this round. Come on, push through. All right, get ready for our pop squats. These give you really good work for your glutes and your quads. I think that was 16, but I felt the burning. So if I only do this once, it's still gonna work me. Let's go to our jump rope, 1 minute. I felt the muscles working, but my heart rate didn't really drop very much. I'm gonna do knee crossovers for my minute. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, 16 tricep dips. You can always do fewer.
If you want this to be more intense, the farther away from your chair and your body your feet are, the harder it's going to be. We want the back of our body to be right in front of the edge of the chair or ledge. I'm balancing on my heels, but if my knees were bent, it would be a little bit easier. My legs are fully extended, so other than lifting 1 foot higher, this is the hardest position. But again, lifting 1 foot off the ground is going to even make this a little bit more intense, especially if you keep the balancing leg straight.
Time for our 1 minute. This time, and you can do anything you want, I'm gonna do butt kickers, I call them. 1 minute. Get ready. Get set. Go. So again, fast enough you feel it and your heart rate goes up, but slow enough you can make it for a minute. Breathe through the mouth. Your heart rate might have dropped on those tricep dips more than it did with the pop squats. So you might need to work a little harder on this one. Try not to let your knees lift up too much. It's not high knees. It's heels up, knees down. So I'm going to start out lunging my left knee straight back. When I kick, I'm going to twist as well. Very controlled. 6, 7, 8. Let's do the other side. I'll face the camera. 1, 2, then that knee straight down. 3, get up low. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump rope. All right, let's get ready for our 1 minute. You can do anything you want. I'm going to do jumping jacks. Get ready. Get set. Go. If you're not familiar with doing these with jump rope, remember that you have to hold your hands lower to create more rope to accommodate your feet going out to the side. I hope you feel your heart rate going up. If not, go faster. You can use the weighted rope. You can add a double under every so often. It's our heel bridges, again, using the ledge. Whichever way you want to be, whether it's on a chair or a step, the higher, you're going to get more room for your bottom to come up and get more of an extension in the front of your body and more of a contraction in the back. So keep that in mind. And I like to flex my feet. All right, 1 minute. This time I'm gonna do fast heels. Okay, do whatever you want. One more thing, this is for the abs.
During the warm-up, I discussed a few of the options. So here I am holding onto the post with my hands in the inset above. That gives me a little more stability for these leg throws. And you notice I'm lifting my hips up and doing a little bit of a hip thrust with these. I also kept the hip thrust when I do it with bent legs. And even though with the legs bent, it's easier to keep your low back pressing toward the ground, it activates the muscles a little bit differently, so I like to kind of do both versions. I do 20 of these, but do as many as you feel like you need to.
Just like with all of the other exercises, you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to do TikToks. You really need some width in the bottom of your rope for this one, so hold your hands down low if you choose to do it. Ready? Go. All right, that's one time through. It's a great workout by itself, especially if you bust it through really quickly. I'm gonna do twice more. I'll film it. You can do it with me if you want.
I didn't mean what I told you, but you took it to heart. Wish I could take it back to get a new start. I apologize at least 100 times. You never heard my perspective or took my advice. But I put all the problems in a pot, then I stirred. I said what I said, what I did was a blur. And it's just a bad habit, maybe it's just a curse. Now our friendship's on do not disturb. I'll throw fuel on the fire, burn the bridge to the ground. You're no longer required. I don't want to see you around. I tried to fix what was broken, but you made up your mind. I gave you all my reasons, then you pushed them aside. Guess it wasn't enough. When it rains, it floods. Left me drowning here neck deep, dragged me through the mud. You act like I stabbed a knife in you. I cut so deep, I went all the way through. If you guess like me, then I'm a fool. No more drama now, no more shots to shoot. I'll throw fuel on the fire, burn the bridge to the ground. You're no longer required. I don't want
All right, my heart rate has dropped because I put my microphone back on. That took me a second, but I just think that was a great workout. I did it 3 times, but even if I'd only done it once, I would have continued to train my cardiovascular system, my skeletal system with those key exercises, push-ups, squats, things like that. Not only are they functional, so we've checked the box for functional training as well, but they also increase our strength. So they use multiple muscle groups, and they're our main muscle groups, the major muscles of our body. So I hope you guys had a great workout. I'll see you again soon in the next one.